Hey, what's up everybody? It's Coach Matt, EliteThrowsCoaching.com, and today we are talking about your head, your dome, your coconut, your melon, where Thor should have aimed on Thanos, your noggin. Well, today's video is based on a question by a guy named Brad Lindbergh that left a comment or a question on a previous video. And he's wondering about where I tell my athletes to look or where I tell my athletes to focus when they finish their throws, assuming he's meaning shot put and discus. You know, a lot of people teach where to put the head. Do you look up in the clouds? Do you look straight ahead? Do you look to your left? Do you look to your right? Where do you put your head? Where do you put your vision or your focus when you actually finish your throw? The simple answer to this is that I don't tell my athletes where to look. I am actually anti-looking. A couple reasons why. If you go back to like 8 or 9 years ago when I started doing these videos, I always said that your kind of head, shoulders, and chest should be almost like like a statue or a bust of a president or a famous person. So if you go into a college, or if you go into a museum, you might see like a pedestal. And on that pedestal is the bust of a president. It's just kind of sitting up on that pedestal. Now, if you were just to turn the pedestal, what's going to happen? If you turn the pedestal, that bust, that statue, is going to move with the pedestal. There's no way that that statue is going to be able to turn the head without cracking, or turn the torso without cracking. You have to turn the entire statue as one unit. So the head and the shoulders are going to have to move together, or else you're going to break the statue. And that's the same thing that I teach with my athletes. I don't want them looking in any particular direction, because a lot of times what happens is they start to almost turn in a mechanical way, sort of like a dancer would kind of spot and look. So a dancer might kind of turn, look, turn and spin. You can see how great of a dancer I am. Tall, 6'3" white dude. I'm not that good of a dancer. Okay, so turn, spin. You want to smooth things out. So I don't really teach that idea of looking where you're going to go. I just want you to kind of gaze on the horizon and kind of let your head and shoulders go together. So to show you kind of in the back of the shot put circle, a lot of people get down and it kind of becomes like a 1, 2, 3, 4, where it's look, go. And a discus, a lot of times it becomes look, go. The head is leading, where it's 1 and then 2, look and then go. So running with that idea, where does the head go when you finish? Okay, I have never once told my athletes where to look or where to put their head. If my athletes are looking down at the finish, or if my athletes are looking too high at the finish, or if they're looking to the left at the finish or to the right at the finish, it usually has very little to do with the head. It usually has to do with the lower body and what's going on with the lower body in that throw. So, for example, if they're looking down, more than likely they're not perfectly aligned with their head down. More than likely they're bending at the legs, they're kind of melting forward at the toe board, and they're looking down this way and pushing themselves out of the circle. So if someone's in that horrible position, you can't just tell them to look up. It's not going to solve anything, okay? They're probably going or looking down because they're going down. It's the same thing if someone goes to finish, say, in the discus, and they're really heavy on their left, and they're lifting their right foot up off the ground before they throw, and they're finishing all the way over here, way beyond that left sector line. and they're falling out the front of the circle. Telling them to look straight is not going to correct this. Okay, telling them to keep their eyes looking that way or their head pointed that way is not going to fix that. Fix that first, and their head and their eyes will start to automatically look in the correct direction. Okay, now you've got to pretend that the toe board's not here and that I'm actually throwing this way. So you're the coach looking at me from the side. I'm going to try to keep my head as straight as possible on my shoulders. So I'm not going to look up, I'm not going to look down. I'm going to try to keep my head on my shoulders nice and straight. Let's start with the feet, the way that we always do. Power position, okay? Let me show you left hand. Power position, okay? Left-handed thrower. We're in that power position, shot, good. All the weight's on the right. We're gonna ground. We're gonna turn and open. We're gonna pull, and then we're going to push. So where's my head? I've kind of got a good athletic position here. Nice tall finish. Armpit over the toe board. How am I looking? Okay, I've got a nice kind of that backward C position where I've got the chest up, hips are underneath me. We're pushing all my weight forward. I've shifted all my weight onto my right. Again, I'm a lefty in this case. All my weight's on the right. Where's my head? Well, my head is kind of looking up, because my chest is up, my hips are up, everything is pushing up, so my head is kind of looking up. But if you take a look, if I just turn toward the camera, okay, and I just turn myself straight, my head is actually kind of straight, because the hips are forward, because the chest is up, because I'm in that backward C, I'm actually kind of looking up in the air. Now what I'm not doing is this kind of like alligator mouth, hippo mouth, can opener type position where I'm here and I'm looking like straight up in the air. Okay, we don't want to do that either. A lot of times that's going to throw off balance, have your athlete start falling backwards because their head's going to be back here and they're going to be pushing away from the ball, or they're going to be pushing away from the discus because they're looking too high up in the air. So I want to see is, again, we'll show you righty, almost like a discus thrower here. I want to see ground, okay? Ground, turn, slap, pull, boom. Everything here is pointed up, chest is up, we're getting ready to finish out the front. So where's my head? I'm not looking up in the air, I'm looking straight, but my hips and my chest and everything else is pushing up in the air, and my head, just like that statue, just like that bust of the president, is staying right on top of the shoulders. It's just that the hips and the chest are rocking everything a little bit more up in the air. All right, hopefully that made sense. It is super hot in the gym. I am sweating, I am dying. It's the middle of the summer. If you guys have any other questions, as always, leave them right down below in the comment section, and I will try to answer them in an upcoming video. As always, if you want to, if you like the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel by clicking that subscribe button that just popped up. Thanks again so much for watching. Subscribe and stay tuned for our next video coming up in just a couple days.